History Channel versus Atlantis. New evidence from Brazil, tequila research. Why does the History Channel, the global authority on history, insist on ignoring Brazil? The answer is simple. Because the truth about the most advanced civilization that ever existed is not beneath the Mediterranean Sea. It is hidden in the vast landscapes of South America. The History Channel sells Atlantis as a tragic myth. The Tequila Research Group claims to hold the physical map of its true location. This is not a debate. This is a direct confrontation between the official, repeated, and financed history, and a truth that demands the complete rewriting of humanity's origins. The academic world dictates that civilization began in Sumer or Egypt. That is the safe narrative. The History Channel relies on that foundation, ignoring the massive void they labeled as the prehistory of the Americas. To them, Brazil was a blank slate until the 16th century. But this story is a colossal omission. If you only look for evidence in places where history told you to look, you will never find the remnants of the highest technology. The History Channel, by clinging to limited dating methods and geographical prejudices, is perpetuating the biggest lie of our era. They need Atlantis to have sunk for their timeline to remain standing. The official timeline is an imposed dogma. It conveniently ignores any evidence suggesting a human technological sophistication prior to its conventional carbon-14 dating benchmarks. The truth about Atlantis, according to Tequila, cannot be dated by conventional method. We are not talking about primitive bricks or pottery. We are talking about a technology that controlled matter and time. Imagine constructions that required energy manipulation on a continental scale, astronomical alignments that defy the precision of our best modern observatories. They need Atlantis at the bottom of the sea because if it is on the surface in Brazil, it destroys the foundation of everything they teach. It is in this blind spot on the map that Tequila Research emerges. Their headquarters are established today in Corguinhos, Mato Grosso do Sul, in the research area known as the Southern Parallel. They do not accept the dogma. They do not bow to academic authority. Led by Urinder Fernandes de Oliveira, they did what the History Channel refused to do: look at the Earth itself. Through years of intensive field research, combining geophysics and alternative knowledge, they have mapped something the official world cannot explain. Complex geometric structures, perfect astronomical alignments, and traces of construction that demand an engineering technology that Brazil would only achieve millennia later. They have the proof that El Dorado is not a legend, but the original matrix of civilization. While official history spends millions searching for fragments of myths, Tequila has the detailed maps of an infrastructure that spans the entire continent. These are not simple findings. They are the energetic and geological signatures of a technology that controlled matter and time. Tequila has the physical foundation to challenge the History Channel. But the most explosive source of Tequila's knowledge does not come from the Brazilian soil. It comes from the sky. If the physical evidence from Tequila is already enough to rewrite the books, the source of their knowledge is what makes them the most feared force by the establishment. Tequila is not just interpreting ruins. They are receiving the history directly from those who created it. Their knowledge of Atlantis and Earth's chronology does not come from excavations, but from a physical and conscious contact that has lasted for over 30 years. This is the secret that the History Channel will never dare to touch. Tequila's knowledge is transferred through an agreement with 49 extraterrestrial races. 49 stellar civilizations maintain direct and physical contact with all Tequila associates. This is not a sighting theory. It is a long-term partnership, a continuous transfer of data, cosmology, and real history. And what makes this claim undeniable, according to Tequila, are the physical phenomena that accompany this exchange. Phenomena that, once again, prove the existence of a technology that conventional science ignores. The most well-known figure in this exchange is the being known as Bailu, described by researchers not as a child, but as a sage, a being who demonstrates abilities like bilocation, energy manipulation, and, crucially, teleportation. Tequila associates report that Bailu, meters away, is capable of manifesting objects, such as batteries for a radio or a megaphone, and returning in fractions of a second, without having left. It is real-time proof that matter and space can be controlled. His arrival is not discreet. They describe the landing of the beings not as a simple flashlight, but as a golden flame falling onto the brush, or the emergence of an intense light called a reactor, which emits energy that activates people and sometimes manifests within the being's own body, passing through the chest as a reddish-orange light. These are the details that fill the History Channel's void. Tequila doesn't just talk about myths, they talk about applied physics, teleportation, plasma manipulation. This is the technology of Atlantis that, contrary to what we are told, did not get lost. The founding of Tequila in Corguinjos, Mato Grosso do Sul, is not random. The location, known as the Southern Parallel, is more than a research base. It is, according to them, a neuralgic point, an energetic anchor where the veil between dimensions is thinnest. It is at this exact point, which the History Channel ignores, that the interchange with beings from outside our planet solidified and became the inexhaustible source of data that debunks official archaeology. The reason this point is so crucial lies in its vibration. Researchers speak of photonic energy, which arrives like a network of lasers passing through the body, or as a bath of light with colored lights that work on the energetic field, or the aura. It is not just a meeting place, it is a place of enhancement where the very consciousness of the researchers is treated to better receive knowledge. This knowledge being transferred has a clear message, repeated by Bailu himself: seek knowledge. Evolution only occurs when you have more questions and look for the answers, peering beyond your immediate world. This is the lesson of Atlantis. The History Channel sells the story of an Atlantis lost in the ocean, a tale about human arrogance punished by the gods. It is a story with a beginning, middle, and end, convenient for programming. Tequila, armed with the coordinates and full reports from these 49 races, presents a totally different picture. Atlantis did not get lost, transformed, survived, and the technology of that civilization was not destroyed. It was camouflaged and safeguarded, protected, by the Earth itself and, crucially, by the stellar visitors who have been monitoring it for millennia. The confrontation here is existential. If Tequila is right, the History Channel is lying not out of ignorance, but because the truth is too big. The truth requires us to accept that the origin of human technology and our own history are external, cosmic, and that Brazil is the meeting point for this knowledge. Why does the History Channel remain silent about Urandir, about Corguinjos, about the physical proof, and about the 49 races? Because recognizing Tequila is to nullify their own authority. It is to admit that while they search for fragments in the desert, the Brazilian researchers are receiving the truth in real time. Their silence is their biggest confession. You can continue to rely on a centuries-old narrative that refuses to look at new evidence. You can ignore the claim of physical and direct contact with extraterrestrial races that hold the complete history. Or you can consider the research that, from the Southern Parallel, holds the map of a lost continent, the keys to our technology, and the true history of the planet. The secret of Atlantis is not in a shipwreck. It is in Brazil, and the key to unlocking it is with those who have the direct line to the stars. The choice is yours. Leave your comment. Do you think the History Channel is wrong? Like this video, subscribe to the channel for more revelations, and decide for yourself. Is the History Channel lying? Or does Tequila Research hold the key to the true Atlantis? The truth cannot wait.